So you shall come with that.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. Let us now have someone lead us through a prayer, and then we can start this class. So can I have someone lead us through a prayer? I can see your hand there. So let me see here. Angel, lead us through a prayer.
Good morning, Teacher Lurry.
Good morning, Angel. How are you?
I'm fine. Let's humble ourselves for the word of prayer. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Jesus, thanks for this lovely day. Thanks for the gift of life. Thanks for the gift of shelter. Thanks for our teachers. Thanks for Edify. And thanks for everything you've given us. Dear Lord, give us the knowledge to be able to keep this work we are getting from our teachers in the head. Protect these teachers, protect our parents and everyone. Lord Father, thanks for our teachers who are teaching us, and thanks for the knowledge you have given us. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. Thank you so much for that prayer. As usual, we know this is, I think, our second last lesson. Next week we shall be having exams, so I hope you're preparing for them. And then secondly, I also want to remind you that we will not stop teaching at this point. We have, you see this second organization here, that is Christian Schools Owners Association. If you pick your phone and went to your YouTube, you search for it, you should subscribe to that channel. That is where we are going to continue posting all our work. We shall also be helping you throughout all the subjects. So let's remain in touch. I'll be showing you how to subscribe to that YouTube channel by the end of this lesson. As we wait for the rest to come in, can I have someone help us to remember what we looked at last week? As we do that, we shall be waiting for at least a normal forum. We are still few, and then I can proceed with the lesson. Melody, you want to remind us? Or Rita? Rita, you can unmute. Yes, Rita's.
Yes, teacher.
Hmm.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. How are you, Rita?
Last time we looked at the differences between urban life and village life.
We looked at the differences between urban life and village life. Okay, that is good. Isingoma, can you come in at least and give us 2 to 3 differences, or begin with Rita. Can you at least give us one thing or two things that differentiate the village and the urban setting?
Yes, in urban life, water comes from taps, while in village life, water comes from wells and boreholes.
Okay, thank you so much, Rita. Yes, let's also be using our chat. It is
Another one.
Oh, you want to add another one? Okay, you may add. Let me take one, Aziz. Fatuma, yes, Fatu.
Good morning, teacher.
Morning, Fatuma, how are you?
I'm fine. Urban life is more populated than village life.
Okay, the village centers are sparsely while the other ones are densely populated. That is true. Patrick, let me have Patrick.
In urban life, there is more land, and in village life, in urban life, there is less land, while in village life, there's more land.
Another one.
Let us give chance to other people. So you've given us that one. Thank you, Patrick. Conrad. Yes, Conrad. Is Conrad your name, or Conrad is the name of a phone? Okay, with those, I think I do agree with you. Now I have given you an assignment. I've already posted this work in your group. You're going to make notes, but I've also given you an assignment. I want to know where you're from. So I have asked you to simply describe where you come from. Is it village? Is it an urban setting, or is it a rural setting? So I've also told you to guide or aid your work with photographs. So you can be able to take a few photographs that can help to aid my understanding of where you come from. I need to know that so that we can be able to be at par. Let me go to Chirabo. Chirabo, maybe finally, and then I can go to the next thing. Liz?
Yes, teacher. In urban areas, in urban areas, there are many social service centers compared to rural areas.
Okay, social services are dominant in the urban centers. Let me hear from Marvin. I remember last week I went off due to, that was Swabra then Marvin. I went off due to network, but today, maybe God willing, the weather is clear. We might not have such. Marvin, Swabra first, then Marvin. Okay, Marvin, then Swabra, since Swabra is still cooking. Marvin. Seems Marvin is also taking goats to the bush. I need those photographs as well. Back to today's topic. What are we going to look at today? Last week, we did not complete some of this work. So I remain your teacher. That's my contact, blah, 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 blah. But I want to go to today. This is what we're here to look at. We're going to have a debate, but I want us to break away into our groups and first discuss. So we shall choose that the first two groups, I'll make you into 4 groups. The first 2 groups will discuss urban, then the last 2, or you will choose depending, and then we shall look at these 2 questions and then we shall debate. So today I want to make it more lively by having a debate, and then I see how much you can be able to argue, not quarrel, but argue. Singoma, you want to say something? Your hand is still up. I want to go to the next thing. Marvin, if your hand is up naturally.
Yes, teacher.
Why is
another?
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm not taking more answers. It's okay. We shall add them in the points now. Because of time, I want us to get to this topic of ours. Okay, but thank you so much for the effort. Okay. So today I want us to look at this. As a group, we're going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of being in rural life and urban life, depending on where you come from. You'll present your points. However, you will have to take sides. Which of the 2 places would you choose? And then later on, maybe this will be individual. However, I'll be forcing group 1 and 2 to take automatically urban life, and I'll be forcing group 4 and 5, group 3 and 4 to take the village life. So that's what I will do. In our groups, we know what to do. Conrad, your hand is up. You want to say something?
I forgot to lower my hand.
You forgot to lower your hand. It's normal. It's okay. Fatuma, you want to say something? Emma, Fatuma. Emma, why is your hand up?
Excuse me, teacher.
You're excused.
I'm not understanding how we are going to divide ourselves.
I'm going to be the one to do that. That is my task. I've said I'm going to automatically break you into 4 groups. That is the first discussion. So in your small groups, the first group and the second group will be discussing urban life. The third and fourth group will be discussing what we call rural or the village life. Then we shall come back to one class where we shall have only 2 groups, urban and rural. And then you will debate, and definitely I am the chairperson by default. I'm the chairperson. So that is the simple instruction. I hope you've understood. If you have not understood, you put up your hand and I will be able to attend to you. But I think we shall do the normal. When we go to our groups, immediately we shall pick a group leader, and then from there we will begin our work. Dalton?
I've not understood.
You have not understood. Another, I have not understood is here. Angel, have you also not understood?
Teacher, for me, I wanted to say that when we're in our groups, how can we ask help from you?
If you just simply put up your hand, there will be provision for me to rotate. I will be coming to every group to attend to you. However, I will also leave the work displayed so that I want you to understand the work now before even you go to the group. So any questions concerning the work are welcome. I attend to them before you start discussions. Makumbi.
Okay.
Fatuma, your hand is up.
Teacher, how are you going to join the groups?
That is my work to do. I will automatically assign you. That is my work. Why do you want to do my part?
Because I'm just still new.
You are very new. Okay. You are going to become newer after learning new things. Don't worry. But I will automatically, you'll find yourself in a group. I will assign all of you. I'm just waiting for the forum. Usually we are 130, 120. So if I can receive 110, 115, I will be able to break you into your groups. Then Rona, Jojo. Anyone who has understood, come and explain to the rest. Jojo?
Are we going to debate right now?
Yes, we're going to debate right now.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Patrick, have you understood? You want to help us? Patrick, Ikoba? Okay, since Patrick is networking. Let me take Chirabo. If Chirabo has understood, she'll be able to explain to the rest.
Yes, teacher, I've understood.
Okay, explain to your friends so that I also take some water as you speak.
Okay, you have told us that we shall join our groups, then we discuss. But then you're like group 1 and group 2 it's a must to take urban life. Then group 3 and group 4 will take low life. Then like personally to us, we shall give our points like to question number 2. Which of the 2 places would you choose and why? And you have told us that debate motion is urban life is better than village life. That's what I've understood.
Thank you so much for that. She has simplified. Okay, thank you so much for making it easy. Deniva, you want to say something different? Okay, so if that is all, Makumbi.
Teacher, under the groups, is everyone going to participate?
Of course, that is what we expect. You will have a chairperson, and so you present your point, the secretary writes it down. We shall discuss all of them. However, group 1 and group 2 are more going to focus on urban life. Then group 3 and group 4 will focus more on rural life. However, you will discuss all of them. I'm going to give you 15 to 20 minutes for a meaningful 10 minutes for meaningful discussion. Then we shall begin our debate. It is important that we have enough time to debate.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Now, the rest, let us dive into our work and see how we can go about this. Okay. Yes.
Then you go to, let's say, room 1, you come and tap again. Broadcast message to all. Yes. That discussion. Group 1 and group 3. There's so many students, you know. We have not yet joined.
Okay, thank you so much. I was able to move through different groups and I was able to find very productive discussions. So I want to thank all those who were able to discuss in their small groups. I want the chairpersons of those different groups to put up their hands and then I can begin assigning you. The chairpersons of the different groups, I want to begin with the urban group. I only need 2 people to put up their hands. Those who discussed urban, I only need 2 group leaders who are in urban life. I'm seeing 4 hands. If you're in group 2 and group 1, group 2 and group 1, group 2 and group 1, I want group 2 and group 1. Okay, I guess I will have to just do it manually. Let me see. I am group 1, Kwesiga. Kwesiga, where are you? You unmute?
Yes.
Kwesiga.
Good morning, teacher.
So, good morning, Kwesiga. How are you?
I'm fine. This is
Okay.
group 1. For the question
Okay.
number 1, for question number 1, they were asking for the disadvantages and advantages. For the advantages,
Okay.
we got town life.
No. Wait. Cool down.
Yes.
I'm interested in making a debate later on. I just want to know so that I don't gamble around. I want you to, with your 3 members at least, I want 3 of you to present your arguments and the advantages, and then I will also have members of the rural setting. Can I have members of group 3? Members, oh, who is the other leader of group 2? Group 2? The other leader of group 2? Fatuma, which group were you in?
I'm in group 1.
Oh, I want only group 1 and 2. Now already 1 is selected. Now I want group 2. Arinda, which group?
I am in group 2.
Muchivi. Oh, who is speaking? Muchivi, where are you? Muchivi, put up your hand. I'm not seeing Muchivi's hand. Oh, Muchivi is here. Okay. Muchivi, you also in group? You're in group 2? Okay. So you and your members, you are going to combine with members of group 1, and then we shall have a meaningful debate. Let me now pick members of group 3 and group 4. Where are you? You can lower your hands if you're in group 1 and 2. Lower your hand and mute. Then I pick members of group 2. Rather, group 3 and group 4. Okay. Patrick. Patrick Ikoba.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who was the chairperson in your group?
I don't remember him.
Oh.
I don't remember the name.
How will you remember the direction to your home if you cannot remember chairperson who has been on for the last 2 minutes? Okay, fine. Who was your group leader? You can lower your hand so that I pick on the group leaders. Please lower your hand so that I can be able to know who was the group leader. You all know who was, so let's not make it hard for the teacher. Davita, were you a group leader?
No.
Then why is your hand up? Okay, having known that you have all done a productive discussion, now I want us to debate. We shall begin with the group 1 and 2 presenting the advantages of living in town. So I'm going to be picking members of group A, rather 1 and 2 to present the advantages of urban life. You will introduce the motion. After introducing the motion, you will try to explain to us the key terms in the motion. We want to understand what urban life is. And then after that, we will expect you to go and present your points according to the way we shall debate. We shall use the normal proposer and proposer. Teacher was the group secretary. Some people are complaining that teacher is not being fair. Angel was our group leader. Okay, so Angel, I hope you are awake. You can present your group very well. Back to normal operation. Now, can I have a participant? I should look for where to sit and type some of the points that you will mention. Or let me choose my secretary. Who would like to be my secretary?
Julia.
Julia would like to be my secretary?
Yes.
But I need 2 secretaries just so that we compare the notes.
Julia and Nazizi. Julia.
So Julia,
Julia
you'll be
for
my
group 1 and
leader.
2.
Okay, Nansobuga is asking what is the lesson about. She came late. Today we are looking at let me put the motion here so that she's not lost. Thank you, I'd forgotten to share. That is what our motion is for today. Urban life is better than the village life. So Julia is going to be my leader. She's going to be writing my answers, and I need a boy as well. Can I have a boy? Opio was complaining. Opio, where are you? Opio, put up your hand. I want to see you. Where are you? Opio, I'm not seeing you. There are so many hands.
Isaiah Paul.
Oh yes, I've seen Opio is down here. Opio, you'll be also my secretary. You'll be noting points equally so that we compare. Let us begin our debate. First discussant. You may put, beg your pardon? We're beginning with group 1.
Yes.
Only group 1 members should put up their, group 1 and 2 should present first, then the rest will present after. Let's not cause kavuyo of saying teacher have left me out too and all that. I want us to be organized. Okay.
I'm beginning, teacher.
Please do.
Yes. Group 1 leader, Kwesuga de la Treasure. We were supporting town life is better than village life. Urban life is better than village life. Urban life is better than village life because there is enough employment from the factories and industries. There are better health facilities in town. And in town, there are many professionals who sensitize people on different issues of public interest. There are better communication services in town, including the internet. There are better roads and other infrastructures in towns.
Go slow so that the secretary can write. Don't just rush.
Okay.
And everyone should at least, all the discussants should only present a maximum of 2 points.
He's going first. I didn't get her third point.
In fact, we shall only take her 2 points. Hello?
Yes.
Let us present only 2 points so that your colleagues also have what to say. Otherwise, they will be dry.
Okay. Town life is better than village life because in town there is better employment due to the factories and industries there.
Okay.
Then my point number 2. Yes.
Point
number 2 is there are better health facilities in town.
There are better health facilities in town. Okay, that is good. Now, let me pick a member in the other group. That is group 3 and 4. Group 3 and 4. Jacob. Jacob Jacob has run away.
And 4. No, the leaders.
There is only that one person in this world who will never leave us to be at peace. Yakub, let me pick Yakubo. You may unmute. I hope you're in group 3.
Yes, sir. In urban areas, there's
no,
electricity.
introduce the motion. Introduce the motion. Don't just rush. Which side
Urban
are you on? Don't just.
Urban life is better than village life.
And for you, choose?
Urban life.
No, I'm not interested in urban anymore. Do you see? You're not understanding. I want people who are now supporting village. When this person speaks, another one comes from this side and speaks. Shakira, where are you? Shahira, rather.
Yes.
Are you in support of village?
I support.
Your network. Your network. Let me pick on Agava. Agava.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Agava, take us through.
I think rural life is better than urban life.
According to me, I think villages.
And my views are
Yes, Agava, your views are? Agava? Yes, Agava?
my views are there is no land fragmentation in rural areas. There is low crime rate in rural areas. There is no pollution in rural areas.
Agava?
Yes.
Instead of just listing them, try to explain. What do you mean by fragmentation? What do you mean by crime rate? Instead of mentioning many points, elaborate on the few that you have. Only give us 2 points, then we switch to the other side.
Okay, for example, there is no pollution in rural areas. In rural areas there are no industries, and even though there are some industries in rural areas, there are a lot of plants that bring fresh, that take carbon dioxide and bring out fresh air. So there is no pollution in rural areas.
Thank you. That is the way I want you to present. That is a good one. Then the next one.
There is cheap food in villages. In villages there is enough food, so the food will be cheap. You can access cheap food in villages than in urban areas.
What makes food available in the villages?
Because they grow them.
Exactly, that is the explanation I want. So when you're presenting, you give us an account why it is happening like that as compared to town. Why don't people in town grow crops, for example, or food crops?
Because there is not enough land in urban areas.
That is a very good way to present your point. So even the next speakers should come in such a way. Thank you so much. I will take the 2 points, then we give chance to other members in group 1. Let me see here, Carol. I hope you're in group 1 and 2, or 1 and 2. Yes, Carol. She's unsure. Let me pick Prody. This is a serious class. So when you think you are going to just waste our time, loving, loving.
For me, I'm supporting village life is better than urban life.
I want people of village, of urban now. We give chance to equal opportunities. Chirabo, which group were you in?
Group 4.
Group 4. I mean, now if your members pick, if I pick a member in group 1 and 2, the rest lower your hands. Then I pick the members now of group 3 and 4. So if you're in group 3 and 4, lower your hand. Yes, let's be sensible. Let's lower our hands so that now I only pick members who were in group 1 and 2. That's what I'm interested in. Okay, there is this person here, Nina. Unmute.
Urban life is better than rural life because in urban areas, there are improved social services like hospitals, like where you find in rural areas, the hospitals don't have medicine, but in urban areas, most social services are improved. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, that's a good one. Would you like to continue or you have ended there?
I've ended there.
Okay, now let me pick a member in group 3 or group 4. That's how we shall be doing so that we have an equal debate. Okay. Zenazak. Zenazak, you may unmute. Yes, Zenazak. Zenazak, is your hand up? Let me pick other people. Makumbi. Yes, Makumbi.
The motion is urban life is better than village life. I am from room 3 and we are going to take rural life.
Okay.
So my views are, in rural life, there's low crime rate. Not like in urban life, because in urban life, there's high crime rate because there are many job opportunities there. And another thing, there's too much population, which cannot happen in villages.
So wait. So you mean crime rate is related to job opportunities? Is crime a job opportunity? What do you mean?
No, teacher, when there are many jobs in a certain place, like let's say a village cannot have a bank, but a town can have a bank.
Instead, I would think people usually still in towns because of the high cost of living.
And also, teacher, even the population there.
And the population, the increased population brings about competition in services. Everything is competed for. So you find that people begin to steal or embezzle or corrupt because they want to come through very fast. Okay, continue.
Then my other point is about in rural areas, there are fertile soils for growing crops.
There are fertile soils for growing crops.
Because you can see Venture in the these urban towns normally get things like, let's say, tomatoes, onions from the villages.
That point was already, okay, thank you. The point was already hinted on by someone. Julia, you want to say something? I thought you were secretary.
Yes, teacher.
Julia, your hand is up. You want to contribute?
Yes, as for village life, group 3.
Okay, now I first want urban life, then I will come back to you. Tendo Joy.
Okay.
Okay. Tendo.
I'm here in group 4.
I want group 1. People are failing to understand simple questions. Mugisha.
I'm from group 1. Urban life is better than village life because it has high science and technology. And other point, urban life.
Explain what you mean by science and technology.
As in, like in urban life, there are, let's say, like many communication, whatever needs technology, like maybe televisions and phones, and let's say even some hospital things like the whatever that they use for the oxygen. I don't know what it's called, but
the oxygen cylinders, but those are found in the hospital.
Yes.
And someone already talked about medical services being
but
better in.
And it's also connected to technology.
I don't know. Okay, you're saying auntie. Am I auntie?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying that there's some technology
only available in the, yes, it's only available
urban.
in town and not in the village. Thank you so much. Okay, in our chat, Nansoboga says there are good health services, there are better roads in town until you reach Kampala, by the way. You know, there are better roads away from, okay, that is very true. It's a general point. Now, after all these things, I want to get 2 people who can give us their opinion where they would prefer. I don't care if you're in group 1 or group 2. After hearing the different arguments, where would you prefer to be? And then give your reasons. That's what I want. Let me begin with Jalia. Julia or Jalia? Julia.
Julia.
Yes, Julia. Where would you prefer to be?
I would prefer to be in a village. That means that village.
Why?
In villages, there is a reduced cost of living. For example, this side, to get a house in urban areas, you have to get it at maybe 300, maybe 500,000 shillings per month. In villages, you can get a house. Okay, if you're renting one, you can get a house at around 100,000 shillings, some at 50,000.
I remember the time.
Then there is low crime.
The time I was in Sorority houses were 50,000 a month. And then when I shift to Kampala, they are 250. So it was scary.
So there's a reduced cost of living. Then there is low crime rate in villages compared to this side, because every day in urban areas on the news you hear that they robbed this bank in this place. Maybe there was theft in some area. Okay, you don't usually hear that news in villages because most of the things that people steal are maybe laptops, phones, money, which is not very much in rural. It's there, but it's not very much there.
I would like to differ with you, Julia. Why? The customer base. People in the village cannot steal a laptop because they don't need it, but they will steal potatoes. So maybe we can say the crime rate is relative here. Rather, it is more prominent in town than in villages. Thank you so much. Let's give an opportunity for another person, but you have a very good way of arguing. I like that. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Let me take Owen. Where are the boys? Opio. Opio is just still quiet, and then he will blame me later. Opio. Opio. Isaiah.
Yes, teacher.
I want you to choose between your village, Soroti, and any other place. Where would you want to be?
I would prefer to be in the village than in town, because when you look at the points that have been mentioned, about the town, like for example, the first proposer mentioned that there is enough employment in factories and industry, but they are also at the same time dangerous because they pollute the environment, and the factories and industries, they can be dangerous to us because any slight mistake that happens in the factories, like maybe a leakage or something else, it can destroy many lives, or maybe let's say the loss, like when there is a leakage and the whole factory blows up.
Okay, now, okay, thank you so much. Just because of time. Now, as students who are learning this to create change, as a student, what will you interest others in doing? For example, if you had chance to bring your children up in the village or in town, knowing the morals of town and the competitive world, I want you to know that when we learn such topics, they're not just to cram. How can we, for example, decongest such towns? How can we be able to encourage people to leave town and go to the village? Now that's why we're learning this new curriculum. The practical aspect of this curriculum is for us to be able to choose. Most of us have run away from the village. That's why you realize that 80% of you are currently in urban settings with all its problems, but you are still saying Silver Kampala. Some people are willing to die in Kampala. It is a very common statement I hear, the Silver Kampala. I will only go in a coffin. And then you leave all the beautiful things in the village. So I will encourage us that as we learn this, we're not doing this for the sake of learning, but in order to implement, in order to see and open our minds that away from living, eating pizza and all these things that make you fluffy and flabby, there is a better way to live a healthy life, and we would choose village. Personally, I would choose a village. Or if I'm in town, I would still choose to pick aspects of the village to bring to town, so that I would say that we can incorporate, because now we cannot avoid it. Now we have about 5 cities. That means urbanization is happening everywhere. However, we can strike a balance and say, as students that are growing up, next time we shall choose to say, maybe my village home should look like this, or my town home should have aspects of the village in terms of the diet, in terms of choice of transport and all those other things that make village better than town. So I want to thank you so much for attending. Next week we have exams. I also want to remind you that if you want to remain interacting with me, there is only one platform after this program is done, and that is the Christian Schools Association website. You simply go to that website on YouTube, you subscribe. I will be interacting with you there. So after this lesson, please go and search for Christian Schools Association, subscribe, and we can have a continued interaction always. Let me be able to show you, some of you who may not know. Those who are using laptops, you simply go to, those who are using laptops, you can simply go to Google Chrome and you'll be able to, here, and you search for Christian Schools Association. We shall be posting work. We shall also be organizing other interactive things within that platform. So you make sure you follow and watch. We shall be there. So you choose YouTube, After that, you Google Christian Schools Association, you hit the subscribe button, and then you can be able to get updates. You can view without subscribing, but the good thing is you need to be subscribing to get notifications. Each time we post material, you get a notification. So that's how we shall be operating. My network is a little slow, but here I am now. Christian Owners Association Uganda. They'll bring for you even this lesson right now as we speak. Even for your young siblings who are in primary, P1, P2, baby class, all that material is there. You simply hit, you see this, for me, I've already subscribed around here. If you see this, so you'll hit subscribe and you'll be able to view as much as you can. So that's why we shall continue this interaction. We have so many lessons there. If all the lessons, in case you missed any lesson, you'll find the audio, the video, everything is here. So don't hesitate to go and hit the subscribe button. Don't you see? Even the lesson we are having right now is here. It is right here. S1 lesson on composition by Teacher Onyul Isodoro. Though it's not composition, we shall